Hello, everyone. It's me, South Philly Sensei, the man in black, your pediatric ninja specialist, the child whisperer, Sensei John McGonigal. So I want to thank you guys for taking a moment out to watch this video, and I apologize that I am so angelic. What can I say? It is really sunny out, and the sun is just blazing through. I've been waiting to do this video for this to go away, but it just seems to be getting worse and worse. So you're just going to have to deal with the enlightened self that I am. So we're going to go over a couple of things today. I know we've been getting a lot of questions lately about our program and the way we're doing things lately and the slight changes we've made, and people are a little confused and all, and that's perfectly fine, and I apologize. A little bit of that is my fault. It's difficult sometimes when everything is in your head and you're trying to get it all out. Doing the best I can, or the best we can. We definitely try to keep everything as balanced as possible with professionalism, balanced with personalism, if that's a thing. But real quick, let's go over a couple things. First, stripes. Yes, every system now, every group, age group, has their own specific stripe requirements. Some of that's been posted in our private parent group. Also, it's been emailed out. If you're not in our private Facebook group, that is Martial Arts Hero Factory family, make sure you message me or Miss Johanna and we will put you in that group. If you are not on Facebook, if you're one of those anti-Facebook people, which I can't blame you, you can also find it, I believe, on our Instagram page. I think it's there. Photos of it's there, and of course it's Martial Arts Hero Factory on Instagram, and we've emailed it out, so check your email. I know some people have found it in their spam because we send out a burst. It goes out to everybody, so you will have to make sure that we are one of those priority emails that you receive. And if you don't find it, let me know. I'll make sure you get it. So every age group has different requirements for different stripes, as well as their own unique belt system now. This way a little kid doesn't have the same belt as a kid that's 5 or 10 years older than they are, because what their requirements are slightly different. It's kind of like taking the big amount and kind of funneled it down to the younger kids. This way it'll carry them through as they get older. Where in the past we worked on needing to focus more on memorization of a lot of different movements, be it forms and self-defense. I mean, when I started, you had to learn 1 or 2 forms along with 20 to 30 self-defense techniques, plus kicks and hand techniques, on top of remembering everything else we did before. Now we've moved more towards skill-based. That's why we call it skills. So our skills program is now working on exactly that, fundamental skills. Of course, there is still memorization of forms and self-defense and kicks and things like that, but it is less of what we're focusing on. We've broken it down more by age-specific, working on mental, emotional, physical, social skills for those particular age group, because everyone has something different. So if there's any questions about that, please let us know. We are working on getting everybody to match those levels for their progression. Now, speaking about progression, not everybody comes the same day, not everybody earns the same stripe, and again, you do not get a stripe for participation. I'm sorry. The kids earn their stripes. So they're advancing because they're able to perform those skills required at that age group. Now, if they do not meet that requirement, we do a repeat. What we've been doing differently from in the past, where we did with the younger kids, where they participated in that week for that skill, they earned that stripe for participation. That's changed. Lately I've been doing, if you're paying attention, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is one skill we're working on, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday is another skill we're working on. So it's half week of one and half of the other. And then if they're able to perform that skill, they then earn that stripe. My plan is to do this for a 2-cycle. Once we get through all 8 stripes, repeat this cycle, and then have, in case you missed a week or you're out sick or whatever, you didn't miss a stripe. You've had a second chance to come around. And then have a makeup week where we're focusing on whatever they've missed. Now, if you've missed 1 or 2 stripes, not a big deal. If you've missed 4 or 5 stripes, you're not going to earn all 4 or 5 stripes in that makeup week. I'm not going to cram it all into one thing. It's just not beneficial for them. You will have to wait for the next cycle to come around. Does that make sense? I don't make promises, okay, like that. And it's not beneficial for your child or for their progress or for anyone else who's just been coming in a consistent basis and practicing those techniques. Otherwise, the next graduation is planned for April. Moving away from the month-to-month graduation cycle, it's too stressful. It's too much to do, and we're going to move over to a quarterly graduation cycle. Now, there are those that are borderline, that have just made it to the point where they should be graduating. When the next if I keep adding graduations in just to make up for those people, we're going to be stuck in this perpetual cycle. So, next one is in April. Everybody will receive a graduation form informing them of their graduation date for that group. And then after that, we'll all be on the same cycle. We will be adding in a makeup day because there are some people that cannot make that day. So we will have a makeup day for graduation. Some of the other things I want to go over is that we've been working on is a parent manual for each individual age group, which, as you can imagine, takes time. I'm putting the finishing touches on the 3-4-year-old, the 5 and 6-year-old, and the 7 through 9-year-olds. I'm putting finishing touches on that. Those will be out soon. We'll post them in the Facebook group. We'll also emailing them out. Those of you that have no access to either one of those will have to see us at the front desk. I do not want to be printing those manuals out for every single person just because they're not going to be a little thing. And that's going to give you all the information you need in regards to what your child needs to know, the stripe system, the belt cycle, all that. Also, tutorial videos. This is something me and Mr. Vassell have been working on and discussing, is putting together tutorial videos on everything. Everything from a new updated belt, how to tie your belt video, to how to check in at the front, what to expect on your first day, as well as what are your physical requirements. I know we've posted out, if you've paid attention, videos on forms and things like that, but we're actually going to be breaking it down a lot more on required blocks, required kicks for that level, and so on. Other things I want to talk about is our upgraded program for such as Black Belt Club, our sparring weapons training, our hyper, which had to take a hiatus for a little while due to I was not particularly happy with the progress of the material we were putting out on our end, and I wanted to make sure that we were doing things the right way. So we took a step back from that program until I feel as though we were prepared to deliver the level that I think is suitable for everybody. So that will be making a return shortly with Black Belt Club and our weapons and sparring training. I know we've had several students be interested in that. This is not something you can join. I do not want a kid who does not listen or follow directions swinging nunchucks near me or your child without them paying attention. So that is on a invite only from me. Those invites will go out prior to graduations. So April's next graduation, look for your invite between now and April. And that will only be done twice a year. If you miss your invite, you will have to wait for the next cycle to come around for you to be invited again back into that program. Some of the other programs we have coming down the line are extremely interesting, and then I'm working on a mastermind mentoring program, basically mentoring your child the same way I've learned from people that are much higher, more experienced business-wise and martial arts success-wise that have done for me over the years, and putting that into a program for children that'll help them follow their path, their dream, and become more successful in school as well as in life, and if they decide to go into a business career, what to do. And I don't want to give away too much, but it seems like it's going to be a very interesting, very fun program, the way we're doing it. Other thing is work in our school. This place is like, to me, like the Winchester Mystery Mansion. There's always something going on or unfinished that I'm not happy with, and the next project is taking place. It's been a slow process, but it's coming along little by little. So some things will be changing. The way our lobby is definitely going to be changing. Our pro shop definitely needs love. It is too crowded for me. So there's going to be some changes there. As well as our bathroom is going to be going under construction very soon. There's still some painting work that needs to be done around here, so I do apologize. I want you to make sure that you understand that the tuition and time that you're putting in for yourself or for your child is definitely going into improving our facility. That is extremely important to myself and to Miss Johanna, that not only that we provide the best quality of training we possibly can, but we also provide the best quality facility-wise for our students. I am a huge, myself, aesthetic learner. I need to see and do physically. That's why I get hollered at so much from Miss Johanna for sometimes over-exceeding my equipment allowance each month for equipment. If there's 6 things that we can kick or punch, I want all 7 of them. I love disguising repetition so that it continues to be interesting for yourself and for your child, as well as for me. You got to remember, sometimes kids be like, "Oh, we did this last week." I said, "Yeah, but I've done this 3 times already." So for myself as well as for them, I try to keep it as interesting as possible. Along those lines, if you are an interior decorator or designer or just have a flair for those sort of things, I would love to hear any recommendations. Or if you're just very opinionated, but it makes sense, I would love to hear what you have to say. I think our color scheme is fairly decent. Compared to most schools that I visited. But if you have design ideas, I would love to hear them. If you even have ideas about what it is we're doing service-wise, we are always open to listen. Does not necessarily mean we will make that change, only because you may not see all the other factors that are involved. That's all. Nothing out of disrespect, but for me to sometimes explain every reason why we can't do something is it's just too time-consuming, and I may not have the words at that time to put it in a way that makes a whole lot of sense. But we want to deliver it as a higher quality as possible with everything we do, and take suggestions from everyone, because sometimes you look at things, what I say, with black belt eyes. I see it every day. I look at it this way. When somebody comes in from the outside and doesn't have that emotional attachment to everything, they see things slightly different. But again, that's the person we have to attract, right? And everything you do, you're repelling and attracting people all the time. We want to repel the negative people that we're not interested in having in our school, who aren't part of our community, and like-minded people. And we want to attract those like-minded people if you eat in a restaurant that the chairs are nasty and the service is nasty, you usually don't go back to that place. Or you'll go back to the place that is fancy and nice and well put together. And one of my pet peeves is to be that really nice place that you can come to that's comfortable for you and your family to be in. So if you are part of our family, thank you. And if you're thinking about it, please give us a try. Stop down. Check us out. As always, I appreciate you taking such a large chunk of your time. I meant to do this within 2 or 3 minutes, but I tend to ramble. But as always, this is Sensei John saying I look forward to seeing you on the mat. Bye.